Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. This is Kevin Moon from God's Country. It's time for your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's weather. Now, here's my friend, Dr. Don.
Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. Another hot, scorching day on the way, but maybe some relief by the time we get to the weekend. I'll tell you all about it, maybe even some heavy thunderstorms to deal with, too, from time to time. Coming up on this morning's edition of your Primetime Forecast for July 7, 2022, from the Alpha Weather Center, Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. You hit that link at the top of this video or call Jamie today to get that cost-free, no-obligation insurance quote, and you'll become eligible to win the Dr. Don Weather app. You're also going to pick up a K&L Car Charm from K&L Car Charms, and you may win 2 tickets to go to this year's Vern Fest, which is coming up July 30th at Warren Sewell Field in Woodland. Little Texas will be in concert. The Dr. Don Road Show will be there. We're going to have a fantastic time. Tickets are now on sale. You can call Town Hall in Woodland to get your tickets, and you can also, like I said, get that cost-free, no-obligation insurance quote from Jamie Dukas, and you may be our next winner, and you may win a pair of tickets to go to the show this year. We're going to have a lot of fun with this, and we want you to make sure that you're there, whether you win tickets or buy tickets. Be sure and make plans to join us for this year's Vern Fest, featuring Little Texas, July 30th in Woodland, Alabama. Looking forward to that. So let's talk weather. Be sure you go over to our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so that when we go live for severe weather, you will get that push notification. And there is a remote chance we could have to do some live coverage for you this afternoon, tomorrow, Saturday, and maybe even again on Sunday, as we have several disturbances that will be moving through the southeastern United States. I really wouldn't anticipate widespread severe weather today, though there is a marginal risk across East Alabama and West Georgia. There is a slight risk across North Georgia, Northeast Georgia, up into the Carolinas, Eastern Tennessee, and even up into Kentucky. So if you're traveling northeast today, keep an eye on the weather as you travel to the northeast. As we could see some strong storms. These storms, primarily the big threat here would be damaging straight line winds, maybe even some small hail with some of these storms this afternoon. Then as we get into Friday, marginal risk across most all of East Alabama, the entire state of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, basically the entire southeastern United States, except for Mississippi and western Alabama. This would be on Friday. And then looking at Saturday, pretty much the same thing, marginal risk of storms again, covering all of Alabama and Georgia. So we're going to give you a really good chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday, but it's not going to be a complete washout. We will see the sun from time to time this weekend, too. So if you have plans for this weekend, I wouldn't change anything, but I would raise my antenna a little bit so that I can stay in tune, especially if you're going to be outside with what's going on with the weather. If you're going to be on any of our waterways or at the beaches this weekend or outdoors in general, just make sure you have a way of receiving severe weather information. And don't ever forget this. If you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Get inside. Seek shelter inside if you hear thunder. Always. That's just a golden rule of thumb to live by. So let's look at a couple of things here. We do have a heat advisory that goes through tomorrow afternoon. It's been extended just as I expected it would. Maximum heat index around 105 degrees in the advisory area, which covers all of central Alabama. So you need to take those extra precautionary measures if you're going to be working or spending time outdoors today. It's going to be a very, very hot day. Work in, small increments. If you can work, for 10 or 15 minutes and then take a 5-minute break, that's just what you're going to have to do. And understand the signs of heat stress. And if you start feeling those or see someone that you're working with showing signs of getting into trouble, then get them out of that sun, cool them off. Let's take care of one another. as we get through this heat. And then also I want to show you the graphic for the latest possibilities of severe storms. This will be Saturday afternoon and evening. And I think we're probably going to have to introduce this graphic for tomorrow as well. But for now, they've just published it for Saturday. But marginal risk area, that is the lowest of all 5 categories. So we're not expecting widespread severe weather, but there could be a few rogue strong to severe storms. Damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour will be the main threat with these storms. And here's what we're going to be doing, folks. We're going to see these thunderstorms grow really big, really fast. And what happens is these storms outgrow their structure. In other words, they get too big too fast, and the structure of the storm cannot maintain a storm of that intensity, so it collapses. It just falls apart. Well, when a storm collapses like that, it drops a column of water really fast. And so when that water falls to the ground, then all of the air that's under that column of water between the rain droplets and the ground has to go somewhere. So it blows out on all sides of the storm. And that may be what we're looking at here as we get into the weekend, kind of like a microburst. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Of course, we'll do that for you, and we'll have live coverage for you right here on Dr. Don's Weather for East Alabama and West Georgia if it becomes necessary. Well, anytime, but certainly this weekend. All right, so the tropics are looking quiet. That's the good news. Not a whole lot happening out there, and we don't anticipate any tropical cyclones forming over the next 5 days or so. Current conditions of the East Alabama Bee Company down in 5 Points, Alabama. It's already 76 degrees. Let me tell you something. When it's 76 degrees at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be a hot day. High temperature of 93 yesterday. We currently have fair skies. Wind is out of the west at 2 miles per hour, gusting to 2. Humidity is 90%. The barometric pressure, 30.00 inches and steady. We have had no rain officially at the 5 Points gauge in the past 24 hours. That could be different at your house. And sunrise this morning was at 5:37. Sunsets this evening at 7:54 p.m. Well, here's the deal for today. 93 in Roanoke, 91 in Ashland, 92 in Lineville. Wedowee goes to 92. We'll hit 96 over in LaGrange. Auburn goes to 94. And Sylacauga tops out this afternoon at 94 degrees. Going to be a very, very warm day for East Alabama and West Georgia. Don't forget about our fast forecast in 60 seconds or less over on Instagram. From the Alpha Weather Center, Jamie Ducos, your local Alpha agent. So here's the forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia for today. 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. It'll be hit and miss just like it has been for the last several days. 93 will be your afternoon high. Heat advisory is in effect through tomorrow. For Friday, we'll increase that chance of shower and thunderstorm activity primarily in the afternoon. We will see the sun from time to time as well. We'll give you a 60% chance of rain on Friday. Don't forget some of those storms could be strong. And then on Saturday and Sunday, look at that, 70% chance. It's been a minute since we've seen a 70% chance of rain. But we'll start that Saturday probably after about 12 noon Saturday, and we'll maintain that all the way through Sunday. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be raining that entire period, but it does mean that that is the window of opportunity for showers and thunderstorms. You'll see a mixture of sun and clouds, thunderstorms, back to sun, clouds, thunderstorms. You know the deal, folks. This is nothing new for the southeastern United States in the middle of July. 92 will be the high on Saturday. Here's the good news in all of this. For those of you that couldn't buy a raindrop if you wanted to, I think your odds are looking much better that you'll see some rain this weekend. And oh, by the way, I would be one of those folks. It hasn't rained a drop in we've had a sprinkle here and there, but no beneficial rain at my house in the last month and a half. My creek that runs through my front yard is completely bone dry. So we go to 87 on Sunday for your daytime high. That's good, and the humidity levels will drop off a little bit too, so it's going to make it feel much better on Sunday. And then as we get into the first part of next week, a 40% chance of rain on Monday. Tuesday, a 20% chance of showers. 87 degrees for your afternoon high. Let's take a look at your Southern Union State Community College live Doppler HD radar this morning, showing A few sea breeze showers down there along the Gulf Coast, nothing really of any great significance. The only storm system on radar this morning that's close to us is going to be up here across eastern Tennessee. For those of you that are hanging out up there at Dollywood, if you're up there in Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, you've got some showers and thunderstorms roaming around up there this morning. May take the infrared off and you can see where the actual rain is. So that's coming right down through Knoxville, right across the Great Smoky Mountains. That's going to continue moving off to the south-southeast. Probably will end up in northeast Georgia in a couple of 3 or 4 hours, maybe over there around Greenville, South Carolina. And then as I zoom out a little further, though, you can see that the big storm system's up here around Kansas City, and that also is taking a nosedive to the south. That'll be in here late this afternoon, and that may bring us some showers and thunderstorms across East Alabama and West Georgia later on today. But as we zoom in on the area for now, no precipitation across the Dr. Don coverage area at this hour. Be sure that you follow us over on Twitter. It's at DSTREN1040. Broadcast all of our weather information on Twitter, just as we do on Facebook, YouTube, and at DrDonWX.com, where you can send us some love by hitting that donate button. You can also download the Dr. Don weather app at DrDonWX.com. If you're on Facebook, send us some Facebook stars. That helps support us as well. And don't forget, you can get my daily weather forecast over on God's Country, 90.9 FM, and the classic, 89.7, East Alabama's classic rock giant. And we appreciate those folks that you see scrolling over there on the left-hand side of your screen. They are our partners. If you or someone you know owns a business and would like to help support us here at Dr. Don's Weather, all you have to do is send me a message on Messenger, and we can have you started by the time we do our next weather forecast, which, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, will be first thing tomorrow morning right here on Dr. Don's Weather. Y'all have a fantastic Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.